Yo, what's up? Myrtle Maniacs, welcome. I hope you're all having a very good day today. We're going to get started in just a minute. Make sure that if you are here, make sure you smash the hell out of that like button. I see we've already got one of the Nerd Vengers up in the house. We got Lucas Texvenger here, my brother. What is up? I hope all is going well with you. Sorry it took me a second here, guys. I had to, yesterday I unplugged my mic and I forgot to plug it back in, so. Also, have some S75. What's up, everybody? Trinity here. Welcome back to Second Street. It's New Comic Book Wednesday, and today, look, I'm not even here in my local comic book shop. Bases, Cards, and Comics right here in Lancaster, California. I'm here in the dungeon, getting ready to go over some new comic books that came out this week and present you all with my comic book pull list. Now, if you don't know what a comic book pull list is, there might later be a link up there where you can go check it out. I thought there's a video here on the channel that you can look up. It's called New to Comics. What's a comic book pull list? Something like that. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a very good day today. There are all kinds of new comic books, trade paperbacks, and graphic novels, and even omnibuses arriving at your local comic book shop this week, and that is what I'm going to talk about. But starting off, before I get into my comic book pull list, one of the things I want to know is from you is Moon Knight. The MCU is getting ready to launch Moon Knight, the TV series, one of their streaming shows. It's already planned, starring Oscar Isaac. But I want to know, how much do you know about Moon Knight? This is a character that you've read a lot about, and tell you, for one, I don't know a whole lot. But let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. If you know Moon Knight, what your favorite Moon Knight story is, and what books do you own of Moon Knight? I want to know that. The reason I ask is because, in case you haven't been here lately, I did recently pick up this Moon Knight, this Moon Knight Omnibus. This is basically the roots of the character. This is his introduction and even a run through his first series. Now, if you want to learn a little bit about Moon Knight and join me on this journey before the series comes out on Disney Plus, make sure that you stay tuned here to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you hit that like button, and also, well, the like button's for this video, but also definitely make sure that you click the little bell and click all notifications so you get notifications anytime I go live or upload a new video, because I am going to be going through this and reviewing this and kind of familiarizing myself with this character just a little bit more, because I'll be honest with you, I like comic books that, read a lot when I was a little kid. Just got back into reading a few years ago, but I don't know a whole lot about all of these characters. I'm still somewhat of a normie to some of these characters, absolutely. So why don't you join me? Sure, you can go out and you can follow other channels out there. You know, those professional guys like Rob from Comics Explained, who's been doing this for years and years and years, while I was out there grinding and putting my face in the dirt and helping train and raise good workers, the youth of tomorrow, or today, and the great workers of tomorrow. I was busy doing that, while some people were busy probably doing other stuff and reading a whole bunch of comic books at the same time. I was too busy drinking and riding bikes and smoking weed and stuff. Stuff that kids do. Yeah, I've been there, kids. But if you would like to join me on that, make sure, like I said, that you're subscribed and everything, because we're going to go through this and read this book. And I got to say, I did kind of flip through this book a little bit, and one of the things I definitely like about this is like some of the old school art that you get in here as well. Just going through, like, come on, right? Come on. Believe me, you don't get panels like this in modern comics these days. Like, not in just modern comics in general. Not even just like Marvel. But like, look at this. Like, this brings me back to like, I know. Is that what it is? It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia. But the other thing I got to say about this book is I love the way that it's bound. It's got this hardcover. It's super thick. And also, look, the way it like when I open it, it'll sit there like a book, and it doesn't feel like I'm going to hurt it or anything. Like, sometimes I get some of these books, like I could show you this one right here, the Matrix comics that I got. It's a little bit different when I open it up here. And open it up to a page, it's a little bit different. See how it's kind of fighting? I feel like if I push down on here, like, it's going to spread the pages apart, it's going to break the binding, and it's going to do all that kind of, not that it feels like it's cheaply made, but it just feels a little bit stiffer, and it doesn't open up as much as this right here, where you get in here and look at that. I mean, it's just like a book, right? Just like, yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I don't know much about Moon Knight, but let me know what you know, and let me know if you're already subscribing. You're gonna subscribe and join me on this journey about learning about Moon Knight. Let's see who all we got in here. We got Lucas Texvenger hanging out. Says doing well. Hope all is good. Yes, Mike Porter. I hope, and you know what, guys? I hope that you all had a very good May the 4th. Was the 4th with you? Was it? I know the Bad Batch released yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I watched a little bit of it as my kids were eating breakfast and I was doing dishes and stuff like that. I was being Mr. Mom or Myrtle Mom. And doing dishes, and I was kind of paying attention. It looked pretty good. I like the quality of the animation. It sounded really good too, as well, as they were getting ready to execute Order 66. Just some very good stuff. But some other trade paperbacks and graphic novels that released at your local comic book shop today. Getting right into this, sorry guys, is this is the Tales from the Crypt. This is trade paperback. What is it, by Dark Horse Comics. Now this right here, in case you can't tell, this is a bit of a different size than like your normal comic book. Your normal comic book. I set this on there. You can see the difference in size there, right? You can see the difference in size there. It's a little bit bigger, and I gotta tell you, I like the quality of this. It's got a really thick, pretty thick cover. Here on it, just like you would expect out of a graphic novel that would look like this. You wouldn't want to put something like this. You wouldn't want to put even just like I don't know, like a paper cover on. I wouldn't think like you do some of the regular trade paperbacks. But then getting in here as well, it's bound pretty good as well. Just like I was talking about so I was talking about the Omnibus as well. It's bound pretty well. It opens up pretty good, so you can read it and everything. The other thing I noticed, I didn't get a chance to read this yet, but aside from some of those kinds of things, is getting in here. Like growing up as a kid, I always used to remember watching Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, and all these different horror shows, the Twilight Zone, all of those different kinds of things, and I guess it's something I was exposed to young and I was really into. But the other thing I really like about this is just these old school comics. I mean, it's got like, look, they're not pulling no punches, they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They've got simple panel layouts. They've got just like, I don't know, the art in these books is very good as well. You flip through here and it's even got like, yeah, look. It's got like little telltale marks going through here. Where else? I know they oh yeah, it's got like some of the old school ads and stuff in here. Dude, this book is freaking great. I love this. And it's also got a foreword in here by John Carpenter. Yeah, that John Carpenter. It's got a foreword in here by him. So altogether, I got to say, this thing was $19.99. I think when you pre-order these things through my LCS, I think you get 20% off. But I got to tell you, again, look, you can see right there the thickness of it. I can't remember how many pages this was. And I don't know if it says on here, but I thought this, okay, 211. Yeah, so a little over 211 pages here with some covers and stuff there in the back, just little added stuff. But altogether, I gotta say, I'm satisfied with this $20. Definitely some of the best $20 I've spent on a trade paperback, and it's those good classic horror tales, right? Something you want to see, and I don't know. Again, like look at the art. Look at the art style. It's just something different. It's not, it's the old school stuff, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Mike Porter says he chilled out for the. All right. Good deal. Good deal. So the other one I want to talk about too, that I got here is Brandon Sanderson's. This is on Vault Comics. This is Brandon Sanderson's Dark One. This is actually another. This is actually I believe the second printing of this book as it came out. I want to say it was supposed to come out like last year, but I think it came out early this year and it was sold out. But this book is it's created. The created and story is by Brandon Sanderson. In case you don't know who he is, I'm not really familiar with who he is, but leave that down in the comments below. I know he's like a sci-fi fantasy fiction writer. But this is created and the story was by Brandon Sanderson. It's written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, drawn by Nathan Gooden, colored by Kurt Michael Russell, and lettered by And World Design here. This book right here. Again, this one just came out yesterday, or just comes out. And I got this, yesterday, after we got done at the local comic book shop doing the pull lists and everything like that. I haven't got a chance to read this yet, but again, something about Vault Comics is the quality of their books. Whether you're looking at their single issues or even this hardcover book, the quality is top notch. I'm telling you, it's great quality because this book right here is the same thing as those other books I was just showing you. Like, I open it up and look how, see, even more than that Matrix book, it's willing to, sit there and be open and lay open for me. And I think that's something that's very good. Now, one of the things is, I think maybe when it comes to trade paperbacks in general, and even maybe like these hardcovers as well, I think one of the things, like, I don't think it's necessarily the publisher's fault, the printer's fault. I mean, maybe it's something that just kind of overlooked, is always looking at the center binding. By the time you get in there, some of the art gets stuck in there. You know what I mean? I wish there was a way they could take and get the quality to where it could lay down like the Omnibus did, like some of these other books do, where it could lay down and it could lay open and you could see the full art, especially when you get a 2-page splash that goes across 2 pages. I wish there was that, because sometimes you get a little bit lost there in the middle. But altogether, other than that, I got to tell you, this book is another good quality book from Vault Comics. Again, I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but I did flip through it. The art looks good. What I would expect out of Vault Comics. The quality of this book is good. Again, this one is retailing for $24.99. $24.99. But yeah, I can't wait to read this one. I've been waiting to read this one for quite a while. Can't wait to get into that one. But let me know down in the comments below if you like Vault Comics, or if you have even read Brandon Sanderson's Dark One. Let me know down in the comments below. And then we are going to get into some new comic book day reviews and my pull list for the week. But let's get right in here and see what's up with everybody else here in the chats. Okay. Yeah, Mike Porter says, showing off the guns today. Showing off the gun. Yeah, I've been on a rest week this last week, and then this week I'm getting back into bike riding mode. And then we'll start some workouts again next week. I'm going to go through and document and video some of those for you guys here on the channel. Just some new content and some other stuff that I'm really passionate about as well. But yes, got the tank top on this morning. Yes, thank you, Mike Porter. Lucas says, I'm going to have check out. I'm going to have to check out that TFC. I grew up watching that show way back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely Tales from the Crypt. I mean, yeah, I grew up loving that show. And I remember, too, growing up, they had Tales from the Dark Side also. There was another one out there that was like, man, like, I don't know. It was definitely a good one. Let's see, we also got Comic Burrito here. How are you doing? New comic book day, absolutely. We got Gray in the house as well. How are you doing? Thank you all so much for being here. Comic Burrito says Vault is slowly moving up the ladder on publishers I really like. I hear you. I understand that, and for me, when I discovered them was like when I was on board. I think the first book that I read that they put that I had pulled. Gosh, and what was the first one that I had pulled from Vault Comics? I want to say that it was probably like Sarah and the Royal Stars. I think it might have been Sarah and the Royal Stars. If not, there was definitely the Necromancer's Map. Both of these are fantasy tales, and I absolutely love them. And Sarah and the Royal Stars just recently wrapped up a couple of months ago, and I got both of the graphic novels on those, or the trade paperbacks on those, I mean. And I'm going to be reviewing those because I freaking love that story. The art in it's so good. But yeah, when I first found Vault Comics, I really enjoyed the stories that they were telling, the art in the books that they were doing, and it's that quality of the books. Like for me, because it was also around the time when I was still first getting back into reading comic books again as well. I want to say I was back. Was that 2017? 2017 might have been 2018. But I was still getting back into it, and they were again one of the first indie publishers I really started checking out their books. Another one was Impact Theory Comics. They were doing Neon Future, absolutely great book, love it. And so yeah, so I've been on board with them for a long time. But yeah, I get it, man, I get it. Yeah, they're definitely one of my top publishers. Like if there's books to be put out there, they're gonna be at the top of the list of publishers that I'm gonna look at their books and be like, I might like. A lot of times it's just like check going down the list of the previews list. But let's see. He also Comic Burrito also says, also take your advice on got bib bike shorts 11. I got a new bike, nothing special, but it's just an entry level road bike. Hey, that's all it takes, entry level. I mean, the thing is, like, if you're not at the point where I mean, if you spent, $400 or $500 on an entry level road bike, chances are you probably spent more than that for an entry level. But just doing that in itself is a start. Is a start, because if you're not into it like I am, you don't want to go spend $2,000, $4,000, $10,000 on a bicycle if it's something you're not doing regularly. It's something you definitely have to build up to. Definitely you have to build up to. But awesome, man. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. And absolutely great thing. Glad to hear that, man. Now, getting right in here to some of the comic book reviews that I have for today, we're going to start right off with the Absolute Comics Group. You guys know that if you've been paying attention here to the channel for a while, the Absolute Comics Group is a brand, a publisher. I absolutely love their comic books. They reached out to me last year around the time when I really lost a lot of faith in Marvel and DC books. I was just kind of like, I was dropping more of the books, just kind of wasn't as interested. And also, it was at the point last year, too, kind of where, we all know how last year was when Diamond shut down and everything. Things were kind of slow. They reached out to me and they sent me a lot of the digital books of their firsts and even number twos books to review. And I got to tell you guys, I absolutely love the people over at the Absolute Comics Group. They're good people. And I recently interviewed George McHale. He is the writer of a new book getting ready to come out called Resilient, and you can go put that on your comic book pull list at your local comic book shop. Very good book. Resilient is. I hope you go put it on your comic book pull list and check it out. It's right there, Resilient. I hope you put it on your comic book pull list and go check it out. George was a great guy. Go check out the interview. But Absolute Comics Group, they started this a couple years ago, this shared universe of characters. And this week, we've got 2 issues coming out. We've got Black Widow, or not Black Widow, White Widow. Sorry, guys. I just there's a lot on my mind right now. Thinking about widows and, anyway, you get it. We got White Widow, issue number 6, White Widow Goes to Hell. And this crosses over into Darkon issue number 3. Both of these are absolutely great books. Now, the cover here that I have of White Widow is this one right here that's got, you can kind of see it's got like this foil. This is the regular retail cover right here as well. See, it's like the White Widow. It's got the yeah. Anyway, very good book. Now this book is White Widow was created by Jamie Tyndall and Benny Powell. Benny Powell did the stories and letters. James Brown did the colors. Iwan Nazif did the pencils on pages 1 through 23 and the inks. And where is it? Jamie Tyndall did the pencils for page 24. Now James Brown does the colors, and I'll show you those names right there. You can see one of those. And Highway to Hell is the name of this this book. Now, the one thing I like about a lot of the books that they do is here on the inside cover, they give you a breakdown kind of to catch up on exactly what's going on. See, each and every one of these tells you what's happened in each of the past issues. And now this one is coming out of I Make Boys Cry issue number 1 that came out I want to say a few months ago now. This one is coming out of that because White Widow ended up crossing over into I Make Boys Cry from issue number 5 into that, and then that into this, and then and I got to tell you, this book was actually pretty good. I noticed the art in this book. It's just very good. They've got a good team here doing this. Now, I think here in this issue, I think I noticed that it seems like Gabby looks a little bit different here. Just some of the stuff. I mean, I'm sure keeping some of that consistency is hard to do anyway when they're doing art. But the thing is, like, the quality of the art in this book is good. I like the colors in this book as well, and even the story here. Now, this story involves White Widow, Gabby, going to reach out to Darkon. He crosses over in here, and Darkon is kind of like a Doctor Strange in this universe, except for like he's actually known to be a magician and all that stuff. Like, he's pretty open about it, and he's also looking to get into Hollywood as well. He's looking to be a star. So some very interesting stuff here. But in this one, we see Gabby leaving the IMBC after what happened in I Make Boys Cry. It wasn't a falling out, but she just wasn't cut out for that assassin life that they are doing. And she's more of a regular person. She's still trying to figure out her powers. So she leaves them on good terms and reaches out to Darkon to get his help to figure out what's going on with her powers, what happened to her parents, and actually reach out to her father. And then they end up kind of going into this magic realm when they were trying to get in contact with Gabby's father. And that is what crosses over into Darkon issue number 3. Altogether, I've got to say that White Widow issue number 6 is, again, another great installment into this series. It is an ongoing series. I absolutely love this book, this series, this publisher, and this one again. I'm glad that I found these guys. Now, moving into Darkon issue number 3. Again, I said this character is kind of like the Doctor Strange character, and this crosses over from White Widow into here, where they finally get into this magic realm. They get trapped by the Spider Queen. And the Spider Queen. Now, this book right here is created by Benny Powell. Benny Powell is on the stories and letters. Ricardo Jamie is on the artwork, and colors again is James Brown. And I'll show you those names right there. You can see all those names. You can see a little bit of that art there too. Again, now the art in this book is a little bit different. They got a little bit different artists in here. So obviously Gabby's going to look a little bit different, but I do love this art style as well that they've got here with this particular book as well. It's a little bit different. Gabby looks different. Darkon looks a little bit different. Again, you got a different artist doing the same character, so it's you get it. It's going to happen in most of these books. But I got to say, the consistency of the quality is what is there with these books. Look at this art. The art in these books is just absolutely great. Again, the colors are absolutely great. What was it? James Brown? Killing it. Hi! Did I do that good? Hi! I don't know. Probably not. But here we see that Darkon and Gabby are there kind of dealing with this the Spider Queen, and once again we get White Widow in another new outfit as well. So another first here for Gabby. But here they are in hell, trying to get in contact with Gabby's father. It turns out the Spider Queen has his soul kind of trapped. They go there to get his soul untrapped. Gabby ends up making a deal with the Spider Queen. She's not exactly in her right mind, and Darkon ends up having to save her and get her out of this deal that she made, out of this hell, and save her father's soul. Again, another very good book from the Absolute Comics Group. I'm telling you guys, get out to your local comic shop. I'm doing the clap thing. Mike Porter. Let me hear it. Get into your local comic shop and order White Widow. Order Darkon. Put them on your comic book pull list. Get I Make Boys Cry. Get Resilient. Get Amped. Yes, put that on there as well. Get Wayward Sons. Get Wayward Legends. Get these books on your comic book pull list. What else did I just miss? First Defense. Get it. Dual Identity. Get it. All of these books are listed here. They're shown here. They're shown here on the back of the book. They're telling you what they're putting out. Also, make sure you go check out their Kickstarter as well. You know, I should have, these are the retail versions of White Widow and Darkon. I will be getting, I backed the Kickstarter recently, and I should have these issues coming in very soon as well, some different covers. So make sure you're subscribed. If you would like to become a channel member, make sure you become a channel member. There's a link down in the description where you can become a channel member for the cost of a comic book. One comic book a month, $3.99. Maybe I should do like Marvel and DC and raise the price to $4.99, right? Isn't that what they do? Isn't that what you're used to it, right? $3.99 for the price of a comic book. I mean, I know it costs a little bit more than Spawn. Maybe I should go Todd McFarlane and make it $2.99. But for the price of a comic book, you can become a channel member. And what that does is it helps fund some of the content that we're doing here. Some of the things like where we're shifting content going into some of these omnibuses, and also crowdfunding comics. Also going to be doing some do some other things as well on our Discord with channel members. Just kind of been waiting to get everything set up, man. You're like, I'm kind of nitpicky about stuff, but anyway, guys, yeah, let me know all your thoughts about the Absolute Comics Group, White Widow, and Darkon if you have ever read them. Okay, so let's get here. Get in here and see what everybody is saying once again before we move into our next books. My daughter is 7 and I take her on a 2 mile hike. Bike ride every day. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. That's a good deal. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. It's 825, but I love it so far. We'll ride this one hard for a year or so when I'm getting 2 out of 3 rides. Yeah, absolutely. $825. That's a pretty good price range there. So you got a pretty decent bike there then. Awesome. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. And yeah, I'm gonna be working on some videos here pretty soon. Just kind of been here over this next week. I'm gonna be documenting some stuff and going over some of those kinds of things. Just little tips and tricks for people to make things a little bit easier. But good to hear. Mike Porter says I'm back. Had to share on all the Discords. All right, thank you so much, Mike Porter. I appreciate it. Will Morgan, my man. I was actually getting ready to text you last night, and I was like, man, this dude's probably asleep. Right now, so I'll wait. But I'm gonna send you a text a little bit later on, Will Morgan. Thank you so much for being here. What do you think about that 3-minute Marvel Studios sizzle reel, dude? That was so great, dude. That was so great. Much needed, but at the same time, I don't know. I hear everybody out there talking. Brie Larson's done. They want to rebrand with the Marvels because Brie Larson made that Marvel Studios look so terrible, and they hate her now. They want to get rid of her. Oh man. Oh, good interview the other day. All right, thank you so much, Reefer Man. Let's see. Yeah, I know, and that's funny too. Like Will Morgan, I haven't seen Will Morgan in a while. You know who else we haven't seen? We haven't seen Jonathan Valasquez, man. He must be busy with He must be busy with family life, man, and work. He's pretty open about his magic usage. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, you read him? You read it, Will Morgan? Nice. I was going to add I Make Boys Cry to the pull list, but it was a bit late to add it. Yeah, I mean, add it on there and add it onto your pull list so it's there when the rest of the issues come out. I would definitely put it on there, but it's definitely worth checking out. I like I Make Boys Cry. I like all the Absolute Comics Group books are very good books. Does Absolute have any socials? Notice I couldn't find them on Twitter. No, I don't think they really get on Twitter much. You should probably check definitely on like Instagram or even Facebook. I know they do a lot of stuff on Facebook. It's where they're mainly connected. I know they have a YouTube channel here as well I think it's called White Widow. You can check out as well. But yeah, I think they mostly rock over on Facebook for the most part. That's where I've had most of my contact with them. But yeah, good people, man. Good people. Feel good about those colors. I feel good about those colors. Yeah, that's funny. You say James Brown? Backup singers. James. Yeah, man. Oh, that's funny. Aglax, you cracking me up, bro. I beat you to it. Sorry pointing out for when you read these comments later. There you go. Aggie, yeah. God. Oh man, that's funny. Now say that in the wrestler voice, and I'll do anything. Oh, which one do you want me to say in the wrestler voice? Which one? Oh, which one you want me to say in the wrestler voice? Oh, like New World Order Comics, brother. Yo, I see you there in the chats. Oh, sorry. Did you hear about Doc Strange getting cut from Vision TV show? Yeah, I did, and. Yeah, that's a whole mess there, man. Especially like Kevin Feige's reasons that he said, you know what, bro? Like, dude, just say we didn't want to put him in there because we didn't want to overshadow Wanda. All you had to say. All you had to say. But of course, you know, you gotta, or they gotta, right? Yeah, New World Order Comics. If you guys don't know New World Order Comics, dude, you guys got to go check out he's not Biggie Shack anymore, but you know what I'm saying. You got to go check him out, man. Great dude. Always entertaining, dude. Like, if you like wrestling, you're going to love Biggie Shack or New World Order. See, look, I'm still stuck. New World Order Comics, man. Great stuff. What? Brie Larson is in trouble? Oh. Aglax says, any comments? Pfft, got a cute little creator? Got a strong first arc, do ya? No one gives a shit. I'll read you when you have 7 volumes and the sidekick is taking over like a real comic. Like, Aglax is willing to get onto this book. He's willing to start reading White Widow when Darkon becomes White. Anyway. Oh, Aglax, you funny, dude. You crack me up. The next one we're going to talk about is AWA Upshots Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, issue number 1. This is an 8-issue miniseries. I think this is probably the first 8-issue miniseries that they have done over at AWA Upshot. I think everything else has been, most of them have been 4. There's been a couple that have been 5 and a couple at 6. This is the first one at 8. Now, this book is written by Garth Ennis. It's got art by Goran Saduska. Colorist is Miroslav Mrva. And letterer is Rob Steen. So I got to tell you, a lot of the times AWA Upshot, they use typically a lot of the same letterer. 1 or 2 letterers. I think I've noticed a third one going around, and then colorist, kind of the same kind of teams. But here, they've got a whole new team here. I mean, we've got Garth Ennis writing. You got Goran Saduska as the artist. I've never even heard of Goran or Goran, and Miroslav Mrva as the colorist. I haven't seen them as well, so they're expanding their catalog. And look, we've also got some exclusive covers as well. This cover that I have is the cover done by Mike Diodato Jr. And there you can get a look at some of the art in this book as well. And I gotta tell you, the art in this book, I really do enjoy. The art in this book is good. Kind of what I would expect out of a out of an AWA Upshot book. You can see a little bit more of the art. This book is about this. Our main character is Marjorie Finnegan, where it looks like she is time traveling, and she is kind of just a, I don't know, she's kind of rambunctious. She's got a crude personality. And yeah, I don't know. We see her kind of going through these couple of different. In this one, we got her going jumping through a couple of different time eras, and just kind of messing with stuff. And then we find out that she has a sister in here as well. Now, it looks like her sister is probably in opposition to her, trying to maybe keep the time stream somewhat not messed up. Although they still have a way of doing that already, a little safeguard here. They have these this little man, this little box. What is it called? The K2001 realigner. Meets all your temporal needs. Right there, you can see that on there. But basically, what that what this little thing does, looks like a little pager, is it corrects things. It corrects things to something a little bit more realistic than what happened, right? So it's almost like it's almost kind of like a Men in Black meets maybe the Loki series that's getting ready to come out. But altogether, I thought this first issue was entertaining. I wasn't sure how this book was going to be, and again, that cover, the Mike Deodato Jr. cover there, very good stuff. Looks kind of like a movie poster. Just great stuff there. Again, AWA Upshot, another publisher that came out last year and launched their first series like right before the pandemic started and everything, and then we know everything happened. Very good stuff over at AWA Upshot. I really do enjoy the books that they are doing. If there's anybody out there at AWA Upshot listening, keep up the good work, guys. Keep up the good work. I actually know who Garth Ennis is. All right, hell yeah! Thank you so much for being here, Moss. Let's see. You can call me Biggie Shack, no problemo. Oh, I mean, you can call me Biggie Shack, no problemo, brother. Yeah, all right. NWO Comics, you look my boss who is into wrestling. Dave, is that you? It might be, dude. It might. It might be. Like, if I didn't know that you guys were definitely in separate states, I would say it probably is. I would say it probably is. Yeah. Oh man. I get confused too. To Trinity or Second Street. Ugh, life is hard. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I want Garth Ennis to be put on Squirrel Girl or Starfire. Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. I have pulled every one AWA book. I think 2 of them I haven't loved. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've really enjoyed all of my. You know what? Like, the COVID Chronicles, I even got that book. I'm like, just for me, but I bought it to see how it is, and I want to support them anyway. And I read it, and I was kind of like, yeah, all right, cool. It's just some different stories of stuff that was going on during the pandemic last year. But I'm interested to know what 2 is it that you didn't really like, because there's a couple out there that I've read. I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't like this one as much as some of the others, but some of the others are absolutely great. But I think there's 2 of them that I didn't actually have on my pull list at the time, and I didn't get them pulled, so I only got the trades of them. And that was Devil's Highway, which I thought was pretty good, and Old Haunts. And coincidentally, both of those books I liked, and I think both of those are. I mean, I'm not saying there's a reason they weren't on my pull list, but those are the ones I didn't get, and they're probably the ones that I don't like as much, but they're still good books. Still very good books. Now, the next one we're going to get into is we got 2 books on Boom Studios this week. Right here, we've got Eve, issue number 1, as well as Last Witch, issue number 5. Now, Eve is written by Victor Lavelle, illustrated by Joe Mi Gyong. I'm sure I butchered that name. Colored by Brittany Peer and lettered by And World Design. Cover and unlockable variant cover by Ario Anindito, with colors by Pierluigi? Yeah, Pierluigi Casolino. I butchered those names. I'm just going to show them to you. Before I embarrass myself even more. And then there's some variant covers there as well. Now, this book right here, again, it's a Boom Studios book. Love the quality of the book itself. The art in this book, I thought was pretty good as well. Now, this book is really, I mean, getting into this book to me, it's just like it's another Boom Studios post-apocalyptic tale, where in this case, it's like the Matrix meets. To me, it almost reminds me of the Matrix meets that movie AI. You got this little girl who is living in this tank for a number of years. The world has been ravaged. It's covered in water. You know, the water's risen and everything just due to all of that. And she wakes up out of this pod, and this bear is there. This bear that she knew as remembers from childhood is there to help guide her on this journey to essentially help save the world. And she was trapped in this virtual world for a number of years, is what we kind of find out here. And then she's going out first. It looks like she's probably going to be on a journey to save the world, but first she's got to go out and save her father. Again, I thought this first issue was pretty good. I probably won't be reading the rest of this series. Maybe a trade paperback when it comes out. As I was saying at the beginning, I am kind of shifting focus of some of my comic book pull list here on the channel, so I can get some of these trade paperbacks, these omnibuses and stuff like that to read and review, especially those omnibuses, getting into that, because those are expensive. So cutting back on my pull list and having to make cuts for, you know, just where it counts, you know. I'm trying to get it down to like 5 a week. Trying to get it down to like 5 books a week. But again, Eve was a very good book if you want something like that. Again, it kind of reminds me of like I said, The Matrix meets one of these post-apocalyptic tales. Little girls getting ready to go out and save the world on an adventure. So hey, if that sounds like something that you might be into, you might want to check that out. Now, The Last Witch, issue number 5. I'm telling you, guys, I curse about how much I love this book because this book is so freaking great. This book is so freaking great, written by Connor McCreary, illustrated by V.V. Glass, colored by Natalia Nesterenko, and lettered by the hardworking Jim Campbell. Check those names out. Check those names out. And I gotta tell you, man, Last Witch is a freaking fantabulous book. I love this book. It's about this this young witch named Suarez. Suarez? I think that's how you say her name. She's going out there. She found out she was a witch. Her father got killed. Her mother is dead. She finds out that her grandmother was a witch. She's a witch. She has powers, and she has to go stop all these other witches who are being evil and trying to take over the world. And they use their magic for bad, and she wants to use her magic for good. But in this issue, we see over the last couple of issues, she is starting to struggle with her powers and trying to remain a good guy, trying to remain somebody good. She thinks she's turning into like a villain. And she's kind of wrestling here in this issue number 5 with some of those things, her feelings. Like she's like, I feel the rage and everything inside me, and it makes like I feel good letting this out, but I feel bad because I feel good about it. And I want to do these good things, but I want to do these good things because I feel like I have to do good things because I feel like I'm bad. Man, I'm telling you, there's some great stuff going on in this book. And in this particular issue, she goes again to face one of her mother's sisters, one of the witches, and this is the end of this series. Or is it? Issue number 5 here ends on a cliffhanger, kind of leaving it like, is this the end? I don't think it is. I believe there's going to be a second arc of this. This is a book, if they do this second arc on this is one of the ones I'm going to keep on my pull list because I absolutely love this book. And my kids have been reading this. They absolutely love it too. But let me know down in the comments below if you've read Eve, if you've read The Last Witch, and what you think of them, and what you think about Boom Studios books. They've really been coming up these past couple of years with a lot of great stories. So let's get in here and see what everybody is saying. Let's see. We've also got you mean a Kryptonian coma? Oh man, what? Oh, did you hear Superman is going to die again? Again? Oh man. Dang. Okay. Star Wars Santa says, hey, question for you. Thank you so much for being here. Star Wars Santa says, I have to come back to check response. Pick between the two for Star Wars content, Comixology or Marvel Unlimited. Which would you choose? On honestly, in that case, if you're wanting Star Wars content, I would probably go with Comixology. And the reason is because IDW does a lot of comic books in the Star Wars realm. They've got a High Republic. I think they've got one High Republic series going on over there, but they also do the Star Wars Adventures stories. One of the ones that I read that I really liked, I don't read a whole lot of Star Wars books that I read over there, and I read it because of the writer. And this particular writer does a lot of the books on IDW for Star Wars books. I can't, like, Marvel needs to get Michael Morisi to write their Star Wars books. Bring him in. Like, I think he could be right up there with Charles Soule writing these Star Wars books. He's freaking great. He loves his Star Wars. I honestly think that I think he could probably pen a script for a movie, to be quite honest with you. If not one of their TV series, because he's freaking great, man. He's great. And he did, the one series that I read that he did over there was Star Wars, the Clone Wars Battle Tales, I think. It was a very good book. I thought it was a great series, and the art was right there with the Clone Wars. It looked just like the Clone Wars art in there. But I would say Unlimited for that reason, because they do a lot of those other books out there through IDW. Also, Titan Comics has some stuff that they're doing with Star Wars as well. Although I'm not sure that they're putting that stuff on Comixology, so I can't say on that one. Let's see. Archangel 8 wasn't for me. Okay, you didn't like. Okay, Archangel 8 is again Michael Morisi. I really like that one. I like the art in that book. I really liked that series. I did like that one, and especially because it was kind of a Punisher thing too. It was like Punisher with like the Punisher along with like the angels. I thought it was good stuff, but I hear you. All right, and Bite Size. Oh yeah, and Bite Size was definitely a kid's book altogether. Okay, you know what? I got you. You know what? Bite Size might be at the bottom, one of the bottom for me, only because it was strictly a kid's book. Only because it was strictly a kid's book. Yeah. So you know what? I kind of forgot about that. You're right. I got you there. I got you. Comic Burrito to me. AWA is this shit. Yeah. Eve is an interesting book. Can't wait to see what the second issue is like. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. You know what's funny is I didn't think I was gonna like it. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pull it and check it out just to see how it is. Yeah. Gotta support a fellow Leslie Jones stan, Mike Porter. Absolutely, Moss. Thank you. I'm sure Moss is right there with me when I say that we absolutely need Leslie Jones T'Challa. Okay, so moving on. I'm a big believer in history repeats itself. Any chance these indies today crash like the 90s? I've been noticing a lot of similarities. These indies today crash. Oh, like what do you mean? They crash? Oh, you mean like eventually like the stories start to fall off and everybody's like, I think. I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah. Well, and I think the thing that I like with indies is like, for me, like the Marvel books are great. The reason like Marvel and DC I'm not into them anymore is because what they've done with a lot of the stuff. Now the thing is because it's hard to do new stuff with these old characters without completely changing the characters. I get that, but at the same time, like, and people don't like those changes, plain and simple. But also for me, I think there's a lot to the superhero actual lore that I just don't see as much of it actually in the books these days. The same quality of storytelling. Like I said, the other day I reviewed The Death of Captain Marvel. That book made me cry. It made me cry. The whole last half of The Death of Captain Marvel is freaking sad. But there's also a lot of other things going on in the story that you do not get that storytelling in a lot of the comic books these days. In a lot of, I mean, it's still out there. You just don't get a whole lot of it anymore these days. But I think I know what you're saying with the indie thing too. And for me, the thing I like about the indies is we're kind of like, you kind of got your hands tied a little bit with the Marvel and DC stuff. People don't want you to change the characters. In the indie stuff, you can do whatever you want because you are creating characters. You're creating your own world, and that's why I like a lot of the indie books. But I hear what you're saying. Dr. Skunk says, just thought, but I don't think they are in the same places as the 90s, being they weren't that popular back when they were doing bad. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Sales, the 90s sold a lot more. Yeah. Yeah, they're in a stronger position these days and have a longer fall, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. So maybe Marvel Unlimited, but I'm cutting down apps. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think for this, if he wants just Star Wars stuff, I would say Unlimited, just because IDW does a lot. IDW does a lot. I'm just saying, yes. Indie sold more back then. Even radioactive hamsters sold 50K. Yeah. Love it. Love a good love a good mother sister. Oh man, I like the cover art of Last Witch. Her hair is cute. Yeah. I was gonna say the Last Witch is just a great book. Last Witch is a great book. Yes, Comixology. IDW has awesome Star Wars adventures. Morrissey is fire. Great fun for all ages. Yeah, Morrissey is great. Parker, thank you so much for being here. In on issues number 3 of Battle Tales. Yeah. Justin Simone, thank you so much for being here as well. Can we talk about how Star Wars making plant monsters the new bad guy is just brilliant from the point of view of someone who has swatted a lot of bushes with toy lightsabers? Yeah, dude, absolutely. Which actually brings me to okay, another couple of books I want to talk about really quick here before we go. Fear Case. You probably can't even really see the cover of that one very good, just because it's all Fear Case issue number 4. This is the last of the series, being written by Matt Kent with art and colors by Tyler and Hilary Jenkins. This series is absolutely great. I've enjoyed this series overall, and here it wraps up in a very unique way. I wasn't quite expecting this ending here in Fear Case, but I'm going to be reviewing this series overall, go through and check them all out. I liked Fear Case overall. Again, a very good book on Dark Horse Comics. And then I got like this right here, Dynamite. You know, like, I know everybody's out there sitting there saying, like, you know what? Who reads Dynamite comics? Everybody just gets them for the covers. And honestly, I bought this book just for the cover, because when I seen this solicited, I swear it looked like a photo. This looks like a photo. Like, it looked like a photo, right? It looks like a photo. That's not a photo. That's drawn. Was it Carla? I want to say it was Carla Cohen, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong on who did that cover. Let me see here. Who did this cover? This cover is Carla Cohen. And this is the Invincible Red Sonja. I seen this cover and I had to absolutely get it because I saw the art. Dude, that's so freaking great. Cover by. I don't have a whole lot of money for cover buys, but I seen this and I absolutely had to get this cover. And then I actually read the story in here, because I know everybody, you know, like, oh, does anybody read the stories? Are they even any good? Well, this is actually written by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. It's got Moritat is on art and colors. Dave Sharp is on letters. And I got to tell you, I got into this book and I read it. This book was actually pretty dang good. This is actually pretty good. You get in here, the art in this book was actually pretty dang good as well. I thought this book was good. This issue number 1, hey, this is one I might actually keep reading, especially if they keep Carla Cohen doing some of these phenomenal covers. I might actually keep reading this one and reviewing it, because I thought this book was good. I mean, the Red Sonja, kind of, she's like a female Conan, kind of, in this. Just good stuff. I thought it was very good. That cover by Carla Cohen was absolute fire. The story here was pretty good by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, and even the art inside the book was very good. Very good quality stuff. Then after that, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. This is the War of the Bounty Hunters. Charles Soule is the one writing this. This is the director's cut. And let's see here. Charles Soule is a writer, illustrated by Stephen McNiven. Laurel Martin is on colors. VC's Travis Lanham is on the letters. And I got to tell you, this book was great. It's telling a story of Boba Fett after he had gotten Han Solo and frozen him in carbonite and was trying to deliver him to Jabba the Hutt. Now the thing is apparently there's been past tales where he's run along into trouble along the way trying to deliver Han to Jabba, and here we see this is another tale. It looks like probably one of his first tales of something gone bad, where there's other bounty hunters out there trying to get the body of Han Solo to take in and collect this bounty. And we can see here that Boba Fett looks like he's hurting for money. It looks like he's not doing too good. And I thought this book was very good. Again, the art in this book was great. The story in here was pretty good. Boba Fett has to go and fight to make some money to get Han's body stable in the carbonite, because I don't know. I feel like it kind of contradicts some of the stuff that happened, you know, with in like there was the Empire Strikes Back, where they froze him in the carbonite and everything, and it was kind of an experimental thing. And here, apparently, it wasn't very successful, and they had to go through and do it. But again, I'm not that familiar with the lore, but I thought this book was good. I think it's going to be a great series, and the art in this book was awesome. Very good stuff. Very good action in this book as well. Now, the last one I want to talk about before I go here, I also picked up The Good Asian. The Good Asian on Image Comics as well. I thought this book was pretty decent as well. Again, I bought this issue number 1 to check it out, see how it's going to be. Altogether, I thought it was a pretty good read, but like I said, I am going to be making some cuts on my pull list, and this one probably won't make the list either. But I thought issue number 1 of The Good Asian was a pretty good book. Now, the next one, the last one I want to talk about here really quick is Aftershock Comics Eden. This is a one-shot comic book being written by Cullen Bunn. It's got art by Dalibor Talajik, and it's got colors by Valentina Brisky and letters by Marshall Dillon. This is nearly the same team that brought you Witchhammer on Aftershock Comics. This is a premium format comic book, or prestige format. It's square bound. It's not too thick. It's $6.99. It's about a tattoo artist whose tattoos are coming to life. And how they are coming to life is very interesting, and how he uses, how he kind of goes about some of this stuff. It was a very, very interesting read. Again, it's one of these Cullen Bunn horror books. And you know what I like about these Cullen Bunn horrors? Because he also did this other one I've got over here called Piecemeal that they did, I think at the tail end of last year. Very good book. Nice prestige format book, but it's these great horror books. They're not like super scary or anything, but it's just like a great kind of thriller horror that leaves you with a cliffhanger that's like, this story got resolved, but is this over? Is this resolved? I don't feel like this is resolved. I feel like this could come back. And that's kind of how I feel in this book as well. Now, the other thing I really do love about this book is Dalibor Talajik has been around for a while in the industry for a long time. I love his artwork. It's so good. It's so expressive. There's so many different things that I get out of the books. You could definitely tell his art, it stands out, but like a lot of the things, like I really like, I can feel the weight of the emotion of a lot of the characters in this book. Like you can even tell, like right here in this panel, like right here, you can see like that person kind of feels, I don't know, you can feel the weight and the emotion. And then he also does his art too. Like sometimes when like you get some characters in here, they're having sex in here, and it's kind of got like, it's got a sensual feel, and you're not really getting a whole lot of nudity. You're just getting to see some butt cheeks. That's really about it. But it's still very like provocative and sensual feeling, right? And then there's another point in here where he actually gets to some nudity, but it's like, the thing is like, it's nudity, and it's not like nudity like provocative to like turn you on or anything. It's like, it gets you like, yeah, right? Like right here in these, like right here you get like right here where the girl's kind of getting like, I don't want to give away the story, but then you see right here up here where like her body, she's all naked, her body starts twisting and contorting, and it's all like, right? But his art is so great. Dalibor Talajik just does some phenomenal art that I really do. And the thing is, it's not even like super, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so great because it's not even like super great. It's not like super highly detailed or anything like that. It's just got his touch, his feel to it, and I feel it. I can feel the impact every single time I read a book that he's done the art on. Like, I get it. I can really feel it. But anyway, let's get in here to these last comments, and then I've got to get inside and get the kids, get them some breakfast and get ready to go here. Ooh, and man, I gotta get to some nerd binging as well. It looks like, did Josh actually start on time today? Did Josh actually start on time today? So he probably still got his music screen up. Probably still got his music screen up. Watch. You gonna be sitting there. Music screen. Music screen? Oh, come on. What are you loading for? I don't know. It's taking a while. Oh, no. He actually is talking. He's early. Stuff from Tight Comics is mostly behind the scenes type of stuff and not actual stories or comics. Yeah. I think they're getting ready to do something, though. I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and I feel like some of the indies will be a good Savage, Savage Dragon Spawn, etc. Okay, yeah. Well, I was just basically mixing all their characters together or redoing characters because they don't want to be tied to the MCU progression by the books. Yeah, I think so. Switch Joy is a zombie apocalypse that would last hours at most. The big issue would be all the non-zombie murders. Yeah, right? Yeah, it started if you want to come over. Thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you so much for being here. It's working a day shift. All right. It's okay to pirate comics, right? No, it's not. It's not okay to pirate anything. Just go buy him. Where the Bounty Hunters is going to rock. All the titles involved have been well done. Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Like I'll pirate the first couple of issues to see if I want to buy physical or not. Terrible. I really liked issue 1 of The Good Asian. I'm a huge crime fan, so it's right up my alley. Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, it was definitely a good crime noir. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. As an actual pickpocket who steals money to buy comics, I'm offended by people who just steal comics and call themselves pirates. Just say I'm a petty thief unless you are doing it from a canoe. There you go. Absolutely, Aglax. Absolutely. Getting ready for some meetings. Got to run. Have a good you as well. I'm getting ready to go. I've got a meeting as well with my kids. But thank you all so much for being here today and listening to me flap my gums. I hope you're all having a very good day today. And I want to know from you. Let me know down in the comments below what's on your comic book pull list. And what of these comic books would you like to see me do some more in-depth reviews on? But you all have a very good day. And we'll see you in the next video. Later. Woo! All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're all having have a good day. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out. Thank you. Later.